So the season opener is coming up against Florida State in just a couple of days. And yesterday, some not so good news for LSU football. Big defensive tackle Maason Smith will not play. He's the former 5-star recruit who in last year's game was injured really early in the contest with a knee injury. He ended up missing the entire season. Big loss for the Tigers last year, really was felt at times during the year, and LSU finished 10-4. And I have to think that if he were to play, maybe we're not talking about a 10-4 team. Maybe it's an 11-3 or a 12-2 LSU team. He is back this year. He just won't be back for game 1. And, of course, we're still questioning if he's at 100%, if he'll be fully recovered from that knee injury. Doesn't matter for game 1. He's not even going to be suiting up. I don't even know if he's going to be traveling. And that's a massive loss for LSU. Why is he suspended this one game? Well, many people have reported that he was participating in an autograph signing event with Kayshon Boutte before the 2021 season, before NIL was kind of in effect. That's what people have said. And because he didn't play pretty much all of last year, they couldn't give him that one-game suspension to serve last year. You probably wish he would have served it last year because this year, obviously, everyone's thinking national title, and this is a game here. If you lose against Florida State, that could prevent you from winning the national title if you lose. So that's why he's having to serve it in this game. Obviously not ideal because Florida State is a top 10 team. They've got a really good offense, and you want your team at full strength. You want all the pieces you have on your team available for this game, especially on the defensive line. And you're losing a starter, an all-SEC caliber starter. Not because of injury, just because of a rule violation. And, we can get into a separate tangent about if this is a fair punishment in the NCAA, all that stuff. But we could go on for hours about that. Why is this a big loss? Obviously, you're losing a starter and a guy that has potential to be an All-American. He'll be playing in the NFL, assuming he stays healthy throughout his LSU career and gets back on the field. Florida State projected to run for over 200 yards per game and pass for 280. So this offense is explosive, and they can really run the football. I saw them play in person last year when they made a trip up to Syracuse. I actually got the broadcast game, which was really cool. And I got to see firsthand how their offense operates under Mike Norvell. It's quick passes. It's quick screens. It's a lot of handoffs. But they've got guys that know the system, and they run it flawlessly. Trey Benson in the backfield. He's an all-ACC running back. First team all-ACC. Could be an All-American. He's a stud. Oregon transfer, built really well, good speed, good elusiveness, full package. Lawrence Toafili as well, he's the backup, and he ran for almost 1,000 yards last year as a backup and started 10 games. So they've got a 1-2 punch there, running back, that will really cause some problems for LSU's defense. Now, that was with Smith in the game. Now we're talking about a game in which Maason Smith doesn't play. It just makes things a whole lot harder. Not to mention Jordan Travis, the dual-threat quarterback for Florida State. He's going to be tough to stop and bottle up. So as I said, you want everybody at your disposal to use to game plan to shut down these players, and you're losing perhaps one of the biggest of those weapons because of this suspension. So who can replace Maason Smith? Short answer is nobody. That's why he was a 5-star. That's why he's an all-SEC player. That's why he's a starter. Some options, though. Jacobian Guillory. He's 6'2", 320. He's been at LSU for a while. He started 2 games, made a handful of tackles in 3 years. So he has that experience, but now he's really being relied upon a lot more than he has been in the past. He didn't play a whole lot last year. So it's someone to put on the field, but it's not someone you expect great things from. Someone that can not only stuff a run, but also get interior pressure, which is very difficult to do. And they've also got Jordan Jefferson, who was a 4-star transfer portal guy from West Virginia. Between the two, Guillory and Jefferson, I would lean on Jefferson. He was the nose tackle there with the Mountaineers. He's made a lot of tackles. Can also get some sacks as well. So that was a nice portal pickup for LSU. We've talked about Jefferson in the past. Check that video out if you missed it. Also, be sure to like and subscribe while you're at it. I think Jefferson needs to be the second D tackle along with Mekhi Wingo. He is the closest thing you have to what Maason Smith is. And the hope was that Jefferson could come into the game when Smith needed a break. Not necessarily a whole game of a break, and it's not a break because it's a suspension, of course. But he can be a short-term replacement, and I think he could do it well. Tough matchup, though. Top 10 team, Talked about the running backs they have. Didn't even get into the wide receivers because that's just a whole separate topic. Jordan Travis, a Heisman contender at quarterback, and the number 3 offensive line in the country, according to Phil Steele. 206 career starts return for Florida State in the offensive line. So that's a tough matchup. One in which you want Mekhi Wingo and Maason Smith playing in the interior of that defensive line. Looks like it's just going to be Wingo, and now you're looking at Jordan Jefferson, Jacoby and Guillory, or somebody else to fill the massive void that Maason Smith leaves while he's serving the suspension for the game in Orlando.